Now, OC's cranking up the highlight machine. It's time for high school football and the WSAV Friday Night Blitz highlight show. Powered by OC Welch Ford Lincoln.
Welcome to the Friday Night Blitz. I'm Joey Lamar, joined by Kobe Zach. It's week 8 of the high school football season. We had a really good game between Benedictine and Warner Robins. But before we get to that, Kobe, you look really nice in your breast cancer awareness pink tie. And you didn't tell me to wear mine.
I mean, you know I had to show out, first of all. I've been planning it the whole day. I was actually wearing it from game to game just to spread the awareness, along with the refs' pink flags, too, which looked great, by the way. I loved every single time I saw one of those.
Well, thank you. I'll try to do better next week.
Next time. You'll do it every single week from here on out.
Yes, every single week in October. All right, let's go to this game. Benedictine and Warner Robins. And this game was over long before the final horn sounded. Benedictine scoring in a variety of ways. They started the scoring on the defensive side of the ball. A safety as Warner Robins recovers the ball in the end zone is 2-0 BC. And we're just a minute into the contest. So BC is now in offense after receiving the free kick. And the ball goes to Stanley Smart. And it's always a smart decision to give him the football. 33-yard touchdown run makes it 9-0 after the PAT.
You think of that yourself?
I did. And now BC is back on offense again. And they get the ball to Joshua Washington. And as Hank said, welcome back, Joshua Washington.
Excuse me.
They are glad he's on their side. A 47-yard touchdown run is 16-0 after the PAT. Benedictine starts out rich and played with 2 wins. They leave no doubt in this one. Your final score is 61-0. Wow. So really good win for Benedictine.
I mean, there are some teams that just perform better under the biggest lights. We've had a lot of great games of the week, a lot of close ones, but 61-0, they're showing up and showing out.
All right, let's go to our next game.
Yeah, we have another one that we're looking forward to all week. It's Savannah Christian hosting Savannah Country Day. We're going to open this one up in the second half. Savannah Christian up 35-7, looking for another stop. Check out the hit by Cam Yeldel. This would force another punt for the Raider defense, and now facing a 3rd and 18. Raiders on offense. They draw up a screen. Blaze Thomas gets it to Yeldel, who makes people miss, gets that first down from a long 3rd down, and now in one of the first plays in the 4th quarter, Thomas on the play action finds Weston Hughes, who breaks a tackle, 1 man to beat. He is gone. That's another Raider touchdown. Savannah Christian wins it 42-7.
Wow, congrats to Savannah Christian. Let's go out to the island. We have Windsor Forest taking on Jenkins. The score already 7-0 early in the first quarter, and Jalen Elliott gets the handoff on the misdirection. And folks, this is an elite athlete in space. Look at those cuts. He scores, and Jenkins leads 14-0.
They got a whole team of those guys, too.
They surely do. And now Windsor Forest trying to punt on 4th down, but the snap is bad, and it's Jaden Jackson who falls on the ball. So Jenkins takes over deep in Windsor Forest territory. And 3 plays later, after the turnover, is Dominic Johnson. They call him Damo. He gets the corner. It's 0 Jenkins. And now we go to the second quarter with Jenkins on the 10-yard line. Elliott again scoring. That's at least his 5th touchdown on the year. Jenkins rolls in this one. Your final score, 48-6.
It might be his 50th. He's been in there quite a. He lives there, basically. Moving over now to Liberty County, who's looking to start the season 6-1, but it's Johnson threatening to score to start this one. It's Shamari King rolling out, and he finds Zavon Gray for the touchdown, and the Adam Smashers on the board for 7-0 after the PAT. Liberty County looking to respond now in the red zone. They feed their guy. It's Elijah Brown who hits the edge, and the hit stick at the goal line for the touchdown. What an aggressive run. Now the Panthers going for the 2-point conversion and the lead. It goes right back to Brown, who gets into that one standing up, and Liberty County moves to 6-1 with a 35-20 win.
Wow, congrats to Liberty County and Coach Tony Glazer. Now we come back to the hostess city. Island's taking on Beach at Grove Stadium, and it's homecoming for Beach. And on the first offensive play of the second half, Beach puts the ball on the ground. Wilder Pratt for Islands. He recovers, and Islands is in great field position. And then we go 4 plays after the turnover. Zion Patrick shows his patience as a runner, and he scores. Islands cuts the deficit to 6. They trail 13-7, and now Beach is back on offense, and they hand it off again. And this is a little bit more of what they're accustomed to seeing when they hand the ball off. However, he would not score. He would trip up inside the 5-yard line.
He was covered by the guys on the sideline.
Yeah, Turf Monster got him. And then 3 plays later is Kawan Ferguson, who takes the direct snap and plows into the end zone. Your score 21-7 at that point. Your final 35-7 Beach.
We're going to send it over now to Richmond Hill. They're taking on Camden County in a packed homecoming night in that shiny new stadium. Start of the second, Wildcats are up 17-0 on third down. Gunnar Mobley finds Nick Swain for the first down, but they would have to punt this one away a few plays later. Camden County threatening now the red zone, but the Wildcats get in the backfield. It's Calvin Brown who finishes this one off for the tackle for a loss. In the next play, Camden going through the air. This one broken up by Leighton Stiegelman. He probably wanted the pick there, but what is more important is they got the win. Your final on that one, 24-20.
All right, that's 2 wins for Richmond Hill. They're going to the playoffs in that region. Let's come back to Savannah. It's Harvest Community from Jacksonville, Florida, taking on St. Andrews. And on the first offensive play for St. Andrews, Patrick Jackson finds Amari Cook, and it's time for our weekly Glorilla reference. Let him cook. 6-0 St. Andrews.
You know you can change the reference. It doesn't have to be let him cook.
True, I could, but I like Glorilla. All right, St. Andrews goes for 2, and it's Jackson to Josiah Bowers as St. Andrews goes up 8-0. The offense clicking well in the opening minutes. And later in the first quarter, St. Andrews back on offense. They drop the snap, but no problem for Jackson. He's able to get in for the score as St. Andrews gets the win in this one, 42-0.
Just how they drew it up, the old drop on purpose to throw off the defense.
That's exactly how they drew it up.
We've got a low country battle with Bluffton hosting Buford, and we know that Bluffton loves to air it out. They stayed true to that one in the second half. Bluffton's up 21-0. Aiden McCarthy looking for more. Unloads this one to find a Roman Benjamin for the monster gain. He's tackled just shy of the goal line, and shortly after, snap goes back to McCarthy, but he's going to keep this one himself. He's going to get all the way in for the score. This would make it 27-0, and the Bobcats would end up kicking a good point after, and Bluffton dominates this one. 48-7 is your final.
All right. Let's go to Bishop England taking on Hilton Head Island. And this is a big region matchup for both teams. We're going to get it started with Thaddeus Sarnicki, who breaks a long run going towards the sideline, gets out of bounds there. And then a little bit later, it's going to be Bo Sexton. Bo Sexton, he's going to convert this PAT, and this ties the game at 7. Now we go a little bit later, and we're going to go through the air again. This one, a screen pass from Jeremiah Waters, and it's for a long gain as he's able to follow his blockers. Very good when you follow your blockers. That's always a smart decision. But this one would go to Hilton Head Island. They get the win in this one, 41-10.
Now we're going to go out over to the Battle of the Tigers. Claxton taking on Metter, and Metter is going to kick off right after they got a field goal on their first drive, and this kickoff is fumbled by Claxton. This one recovered by the Tigers, so some good field position, a little early Christmas present in October. And next play, we've got Michael Ricks. He's got it, and he takes off. He hits the outside with a wall of Tiger blockers ahead of him. They're going to push him as much as they can, but he is down just short of the goal line. Now, next play, it's going to be a handoff to Elijah Dickerson. He's going to find the outside, and he's going to get in for the touchdown eventually. And this one would be all Metter. They win this one 45-0.
All right, that's fun. We still have coming up, are you ready for round 2? And we are.
Yeah,
let's go to round 2. All right, coming up on the Friday Night Blitz, we go out to Guyton because South Effingham pick up a win against Greenbrier.
And we'll have the play of the week. Was it this juggling catch from St. Andrews, Amari Cook?
You're watching the Friday Night Blitz on WSAV. Go Knights!
Welcome back to the WSAV Friday Night Blitz Highlight Show. Powered by O.C. Welch Ford Lincoln.
All right, Kobe, it's time to play your favorite game. Can you name that team?
Everyone else's favorite game, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this one is either.
I'm going to go Mambo number 5.
Yeah,
probably not.
I don't know what this one is, but this is a classic. They play it all the time at high school games, but I don't know what it is. All right, let's go to the games, Kobe.
Yeah, we've got Greenbrier at South Effingham now. We're going to start off right after halftime in this one. And a muff punt by Greenbrier gave South Effingham the ball back near the 50 right here. That's always good on special teams when you punt it away. At least the offense is looking good. Now later in the third, we got Parker Brantley. He's going to roll out to his right. He's going to make a play here. He's going to find Addison Johnson here for the touchdown. What a play, what a catch. This made the score 22-20 20, and Greenbrier would convert on the extra point. That would take the lead 20-21. This one went into overtime. South Effingham wins again, though. They win at 34-28.
All right, now we've got Screven County and Bryan County in a really big region matchup here. We're going to start this one off with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Bryan County close to a touchdown, but they stick with a field goal to put them on the board. That's 3 points. They'll take it. Now Screven County on offense. Quarterback DeMarco Ward on the read option. He takes off with a burst of speed through the line, and nobody will catch him. This puts them on the board with a touchdown, making your score 6-3 Screven. Now Screven goes for the PAT. But Bryan County, they've got a really good defensive line here, and they blocked the PAT. So that was your score at the moment, 6-3. But it's Screven County who gets the win tonight, 19-9.
You know, we've got Statesboro versus Lakeside, and it is homecoming. The homecoming queen is Kennedy Peacock.
Congratulations, Kennedy.
And we're going to go to the third quarter. Statesboro quarterback Beckham Gerard hands it off to Keon Childers, who breaks it out for the long run, and he is just about in, but then next, Statesboro is going to get in for the touchdown, 15-14 Statesboro. Now Lakeside on offense, and they're going to fumble this one, though, and Statesboro is there to recover now, looking to capitalize on the turnover. It's Xavier Spells who's going to get this one on the touchdown pass. He breaks the tackle, and he's in. Statesboro wins at 36-29 in overtime.
All right, let's go out to the low country. We have Battery Creek out in North Charleston, and they are taking on, that's District 4, taking on North Charleston. Dolphins up 7-0 second quarter, and they add to their lead right here, getting some tough yards as Battery Creek will go up 13-0, and the Cougars will try to answer before the half, and Battery Creek was going to intercept this pass. However, a flag is thrown for pass interference, so North Charleston would retain possession. But in the end, this would be a close game, but your final score would be 16-13 in favor of North Charleston.
Yeah, now we're going to head over to Hilton Head Christian taking on Bullock Academy. The Gators running out of their shiny Gator.
The state champs running out of their paper. The state champs.
And we've got Danya Gavin on the run. And he's going to hit the sideline and break out, but he's going to be tackled right near the sideline now, right in the red zone. But he's eventually going to get in for the touchdown. And this one was all Gators. They're going to roll in the end, winning this one, 56-28.
All right, let's do some Thursday night action. We had Savannah High hosting Emmanuel County. We opened in the third quarter, Savannah High down big, but a great defensive effort here results in a tackle for a loss for the Blue Jackets. But Emmanuel County marched down the field after the play, and it's Sturkeven Stinkfield who's in for the touchdown. They go up 35-0, and then on the point after, they break out the old swinging gate. That's successful as well.
Mentioned.
Yeah, swinging gate, 37-0 your final, Emmanuel County.
Yeah, it was wide open. Now we're going to go over in Pooler on Thursday. This one is Ware County, New Hampstead. First half, Ware County up a touchdown, looking for more. Isaiah White escapes the pressure. Check this out. One-handed catch from Laterion Hayes for the big gain. What an incredible play. And the Gators would get in to the end zone on the outside handoff. It's 21-6 after the PAT. New Hampstead looking to respond. It's Eric Hoffman to Christian Kinlaw for the touchdown. But it's Ware County in the end picking up the region win, 57-19.
All right, and over at Grove Stadium, they had Southeast Bullock as the Rebels hold the Southeast Bullock. And this one was all Southeast Bullock. They scored 27-0 early in the second quarter, and Southeast Bullock adds to the lead. That was Chase Douglas on the rushing touchdown. And then later in the second quarter, they handed to their dynamic back, Jaden Murphy. He's still doing work. He crosses the goal line. The score 41-0. And then just moments later, Southeast Bullock back on offense again. Another rushing score. They win this one 55-16.
Now, OC's Play of the Week, presented by OC Welch Ford Lincoln.
Yeah, and our Play of the Week is going to come from Ware County on Thursday. You just saw Laterion Hayes with the insane one-handed catch off of the scramble. Check it out in slow motion. What a grab.
Nice shooting there too, Kobe. Our performance of the week comes from our Game of the Week. It's Benedictine's Bubba Frazier. He had 3 catches for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was one of them right there as Benedictine gets the win 61-0.
Randy Moss numbers right there. Now we're going to go to our Shot of the Week, and it comes from you over in St. Andrews and Harvest Community. It's a 2-point play. Patrick Jackson to Josiah Bowers. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's really nice. All right, and as we look ahead to next week, we have a really big game. Jenkins can essentially lock up the region title with a win against Southeast Bullock. This game will be on the CW at 7:30.
And 2 other games worth mentioning. We start out in the Low Country with Bishop England taking on May River, and Richmond Hill traveling to Bazemore Hyder Stadium to take on Valdosta.
All right, so we have another week in the books. Any thoughts that stand out to you really quickly?
No, I mean, I think we had a great week all around. Benedictine really impressed me. I mean, 61-0 in the game of the week under the lights. I think they're just showing that they're back.
Richmond Hill getting 2 wins, and what we've always talked about is one of the toughest regions, not just in the conference, but in the nation. So it looks like they're going to go to the playoffs because 6 teams only need 2 wins, so they look really good. And then as we look forward to our game of the week, go ahead.
As we look forward to our game of the week this week.
Yeah, Jenkins, if they can win this game against Southeast Bullock, like they will lock up the region, and we haven't even hit, it'll be the second week of October, and they look really, really impressive. I just don't know how anybody can stop them right now. They look so impressive.
I mean, yeah, we got a lot of good ones. Like you mentioned, Richmond Hill, their next test after winning those 2 games will be just the most winningest team in high school football history.
That's right.
So
that's Valdosta.
A little bit of a challenge there, but we'll see.
All right, for Kobe Zach, I'm Joe Lamar. We'll be glad to see you back here next week.